Hi there, this is Patty at Sleepy Glen Homestead. We had a bit of a frost last night, which is okay because we don't have any tender plants out yet. We're supposed to have rain for the next 5 days, so I thought this would be a really good time to get in here and get my seeds cut. Let's talk a little bit about seed potatoes. So we went to our local produce place, and it's run by the Mennonites, and we really enjoy going there. They have a lot of cool things, and they have seeds, they have parts and pieces, and greenhouse kits, and landscaping stuff, and just all kinds of things. So it's obviously fun to go there for me. So we bought a couple 50-pound bags of seed potatoes, and these two right here are the Yukon Golds. They're Maine seed potatoes. The grade is 1.5 to 3 1/4, and they're certified seed potatoes from Maine. They were grown by the Bradstreet Family Farms, and Kay Bradbury was the inspector. And this is their crop of 2022. I did a little bit of reading on the Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry, Division of Animal and Plant Health, and obviously these seeds were certified, and from what I understood on their website, the seeds that they can grow continually have to be continually. That's kind of proverbial. The program certifies the seeds that they don't grow from the same seed potatoes continuously for more than 5 years. They have to at least not sell that 6th year of seed. And basically, they certify that the seed potatoes are free of any kind of diseases. That's why they can only grow them for 5 years, because I guess after that, nematodes start to set in and blight and everything else. So these are certified seed potatoes. So we got the Yukon Gold, and we also got the dark red Norlanders. So we got these probably about 3 weeks ago maybe, and I took them out of the bag last week when we got back from a trip, and they were all starting to sprout. Another word for sprouting is chitting, not S-H, but C-H-I-T-T-I-N-G. Chitting just basically means that your potato has gone to seed. Now these Yukon Golds, they don't have a lot of eyes that are growing from them. So what I've done here, and I've got a whole bunch more behind me and more down here on the bottom, I'm cutting these because I don't need to plant this entire potato for this to grow a plant. So basically what you want to do is you want to leave about 2 inches, and this is probably a really good size here. Okay, and I've just been setting these inside of egg cartons, just so that they can start the drying process. I don't know if you can see the egg cartons or not, but I've got a ton of egg cartons with all of my cut potatoes. And oh look, here's the spot. So I need to dry these out for at least 4 or 5 days. 6 days, 7 days would probably be better. The reason why is because you want them to scab up, and that's done by the sugars. They form a protective layer over these so that when they're planted, no kind of diseases from our soil can get inside and ruin the potato. So to chit or not to chit? Well, how do you chit a potato other than just sitting and watching it? Well, I've got some store-bought potatoes here that have been sitting in the pantry, and like I said, we were gone for about 10 days, and when I came back, they're growing. Their eyes are growing. So I'm gonna plant these. I'm not gonna let them go to waste. I'm not gonna eat them, although we could eat them. But ideally, you want to have at least 1 or 2, maybe 3 eyes that are coming forward, because those will grow your new potato plants. So if I was going to do this one here, I would probably slice it this way so that I can get these 3 eyes here. And I'll just demonstrate real quick here how you do that. Just cut it, and that's it. And what am I going to do with the rest of the potato? I could make potato soup tonight with this, which I probably will. Because it's not a bad potato. I can still eat that. That's not a problem. But I want to grow more potatoes. This one here, since it only has one, I'm just going to cut the top off. And then I'm just going to get another egg carton. And I'm just going to stand these up in the egg carton. What am I going to do with the rest of my Yukon Gold potato that doesn't have any eyes? Well, as far as I know, these potatoes are fine. Can we eat these? Absolutely. Seed potato is just a potato that you plant in the ground. And I've got a big, huge pot over here, and I'm talking a huge pot full of the rest of the potatoes that do not have seeds growing. So I'm not going to throw them away. I could compost them. But what I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to store them in the refrigerator. I could put water in them just to keep them from turning brown, but I really don't care if they turn brown at this point. And every day I'm going to cook some up, and I'm going to feed them to my pigs, because that's really good for fattening up your pigs, is potatoes. So, but before I finish doing that, I just want to make sure, like these potatoes, this might be the 5th year now for these potatoes that the farmer was growing, because they're getting that dark circle on the inside, which is not good. And I don't want to feed that to my pigs. So I'm just going to cut it all out, and I'm going to save this. Now, if you notice, these are really dirty. That's another thing about seed potatoes. They are not washed. So if you're going to eat your seed potatoes, you'll want to wash them before you cook them up. As with any potato that you buy from the grocery store too, they should not be washed. Now over here, I've got some honey gold bite-sized potatoes that I bought at the grocery store. And I bought these probably about 6 weeks ago, and I just put them on my shelf here. And boy, oh boy, I can grow potatoes from these. So again, I'm not going to separate all of these, because that would be kind of hard. Maybe I can separate this one, but he would be probably by himself. But I can definitely take these 3 here. So I'm just going to cut there, and probably, what the heck? There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just going to cut down here, and now I've got 3 potato plants. 1, 2, and 3. Now, for instance, this piece right here, this little eye does not need this whole potato, okay? So for it to grow on, so I'm going to cut some of it off. And again, I'm going to save this, because we can definitely eat this for dinner tonight. I can roast these up. There's nothing wrong with this potato at all. Same thing with this piece right here. I don't need this whole potato. It only needs about 2 inches. So I'm going to take some more of that off. And if we don't eat it for dinner, I've got some pigs that would absolutely love to be eating potatoes, because they're pigs and they act like pigs. Okay, I'll just demonstrate another one here. There you go. And I've got this left over. Dinner. So I've cut this one, and I've got that one, and I've got this one, which I could probably, and I'm going to cut it down even more. Okay, so it's day 5 after cutting all of the potatoes. And in this row right here, I've got all the Yukon Golds planted. And I'm going to start over here and start planting all of my red potatoes. So I just wanted to bring you along and show you what happened. Here is one of the potatoes that I cut. It's got 2 eyes on it, and it's growing real nice. Some of them, it seemed like I didn't cut enough potato, like this one here. It didn't seem like it was very much potato, but look at that. Look at that growth on there. We bought a 50-pound bag of red potatoes, and, well, I'll show you what I have. This is everything I have. This is incredible. There's probably close to 420 plants I have to get in the ground out of a 50-pound bag. So I have a lot of planting to do. Here's another really good one. Look at that. Can you believe that? And these have grown exponentially since I cut them. So they're ready to get in the ground. I'm ready to get them in the ground. My back is already killing me from planting for 2 hours this morning, but we're gonna get this done. There's a lot of potatoes. So of the Yukons that I got planted here, this row is about 3 feet wide. And I started just putting 2 and spacing them about 1 foot apart. And then I needed more room. So I ended up putting 3 about halfway up the row. And there's probably close to 200 potatoes that I planted. Not whole potatoes, you know, the cut potatoes. So what I'm using to get these in the ground, I'm just using a bulb planter. I probably should have gotten the one that you step on. It probably would have made my life a lot easier, but I did not. And I'm not sure how much easier it would have been, because you have to bend over and make sure that when you're putting the potato in the ground, you're putting it with all this growth up. And I'm planting them about 4 inches deep and just pulling the dirt back over the top. Now I know you're supposed to hill these up, but I'm not going to do it. If I do it, it's going to be very minimal. The farmers don't do it. The big production companies don't do it. So we're going to see how it goes. But I'm sure I'm probably going to get at least 2 rows done. And we've got a wind advisory starting tonight at 7 o'clock. The wind is already starting to pick up. It's about 80 degrees. It's beautiful out. But we've got rain coming tomorrow at about 3 o'clock. So if I don't get all these in today, I'll still have a chance tomorrow. If Roxy doesn't get in the way, I'll be able to show you here how I'm doing it. I'm just putting it down. I'm pulling it up. And I'm putting these guys face down. And I'm smacking the dirt back down in there. That's all I'm doing. And I'm just gonna go down in here. Down 4 inches. I think I hit some weeds. Got tilled up. Pull my dirt out. Nice beautiful hole. I'm gonna take this guy and I'm just gonna put him right down in there. Just like that. He's looking up. Okay, I don't know if you can see it very well. And then I'm just going to put my dirt right back inside the hole. Save your potatoes if they're starting to chit, not the SH word, but the CH word. Save your potatoes, cut them, and you could see that my potatoes only took 5 more days to get all of this beautiful growth. Beautiful. I could probably cut this one, but I'm not going to, because then I'm going to have to wait 2 or 3 more days. So this guy's just going to go in whole like that. But let me show you another really awesome one. This one here, look at all those other seeds on there. One here, little one there, one there, one there, and this big growth here. So that's what I'm looking for. Here's even a little teeny tiny one, little tiny guy. That's all it is. Look at all that growth on top.